You ever hear of the tragedy of Sensei Yang? Hello everyone, I'm back after... oh, it's been a year. To be honest, I didn't really intend to be gone that long, but I thought, you know what, it's been a year, I want to make a Halloween video, and what better subject to make a Halloween video on than using the tragedy of, and making it about today's subject, Sensei Yang. So, I'm gonna be completely and totally honest when I say that Sensei Yang wasn't my first choice when I first envisioned this series. That was Garmadon and Moro, and there's one other character, but I'll have to save them for another day since Yang makes a lot more sense for a Halloween episode, since he was introduced in Possession, which is one of the spookiest seasons of them all, and Day of the Departed, which is the Halloween special for Ninjago. But it also makes sense because Yang has a very similar downfall and redemption to Garmadon and Moro. So, for more on that, let's get into it. Without further ado, Sensei Yang. First, we must start from the very, very beginning. Sensei Kodakuna Yang was a very, very well-known and highly respected sensei. He was also known for his very, very strict teachings, and what will become his most famous saying.
As iron sharpens iron, sensei sharpens student.
There's actually a lot of ways that you could interpret that lesson. The way that it's most commonly interpreted is that you need others in your life. They give you strength, they make you a better person, they help you, they guide you. You know, that's what Sensei Yang ultimately wanted. He wanted people to help guide, and he wanted people to help guide him. And he just didn't want to be alone, and he didn't want to be forgotten. Because ultimately, when he casted that spell to live forever, I don't think he wanted to live forever. He just didn't want to be alone and forgotten, which is a very, very human and personal fear to have. And ultimately, that led to what happened to him and his students, and it led to his downfall into evil, unfortunately. So, when starting this chapter, it's very, very important to note that when it comes to evil, it doesn't just automatically happen overnight. Sensei Yang didn't become automatically evil overnight, but it slowly took root inside of his soul, like most evil. It doesn't just happen right away. So it first started with a selfish action, maybe with good intentions, but it was selfish. He caused his students and his soul to be bound to the temple forever. He slowly started growing apathetic towards them, and he even becomes apathetic towards Cole becoming a ghost. And he could have easily helped the ninja. He could have known that the cursed realm and Moro would have been such a affliction, a curse upon Ninjago, but he didn't really care. He wanted somebody to suffer the way that he had. So that apathy slowly turns into evil. So when it comes to the events of Day of the Departed, that evil becomes something way worse and far more vicious and negligent than it was before. It becomes something that could destroy Ninjago. Because first, he didn't care about the harm of others on a smaller scale, but then it comes to the harm of Ninjago as a whole when releasing old vanquished villains from the past that would go and torment and destroy so many lives in Ninjago. It didn't matter to Sensei Yang. He will put down, destroy, sacrifice anyone or anything he has to get what he wants, because in his mind, the ends justify the means. And he's almost truly lost to his evil if it wasn't for the actions and the kindness of one soul. You know, it really is such a shame that Day of the Departed was the first time that Cole had the spotlight, because it is such a testament to his character that he is such a noble warrior, a true noble warrior, that even in the face of somebody who is almost completely lost to their own evil, he can still see the humanity, and he still tries to save and help them understand that they're not going to be forgotten. You know, except when he is forgotten because they stop doing Irojitsu after a certain point in the seasons. Also, funnily enough, when I recorded this video, somebody posted this on the Ninjago subreddit, so I just had to put it here. So credit to the creator, very cool meme and very funny timing. So back to the video. So this is when the redemption starts to begin, where Yang realizes all these years of his apathy and his treatment towards his students, and even Cole, somebody who was a victim of him in a sense, can still forgive him and still try and help him. And then he says that he won't be forgotten because he created Irojitsu, and all of this causes him to just finally break down in tears and realize that all of this did not have to happen. This did not have to be the way things had to go. And finally, Cole reaches out his hand and decides to help save both of them before it's too late. In a desperate attempt for both of them to be saved, they rush to the rift, but Yang has a realization. Both of them can't make it. One of them has to stay behind and be the master of the house, according to the rules of the curse. Yang could have just tried to ignore it and tried to save both of them and see what would happen, but he accepts that this was the consequences of his actions. He accepts that this is the penalty he has to face. And instead of facing it in fear, he faces it head on, saves Cole, and finally redeems himself. And there is finally the end of Sensei Yang's story. Well, except for that really, really weird appearance in Skybound, but we don't talk about that. It was a story of regret. It was a story of selfishness, but a very human desire to want to be surrounded by people and to not be forgotten. It's one that I think a lot of us can understand and can sympathize with. And who knows, if we were put in the same position, would we have done the same things that he would have done? It's hard to tell. Some of us would like to believe we would be moral and upstanding, but who knows? Thank you all so much for watching this video. I had a lot of fun making it, and again, I'm so sorry for the year-long gap, but I hope this video was worth it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below which characters you want me to cover next, because it's not just villains. You can cover any Ninjago character that has a tragic nature. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a happy Halloween, and have a happy Day of the Departed. Love you guys. Bye!